You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we all know this is going to be the final season of future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers enters his final NFL season, and he appeared on the Pat McAfee show, and he went off. We all know what he actually said about Dr. Fauci. Mocked him minute after minute after minute for lying to the American people on the Wuhan virus jab. He also went after ESPN for their silence on the Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini scandal. He actually said that on the Pat McAfee show. And of course, Pat McAfee works for ESPN. And his show is actually simulcast, across YouTube and also on ESPN. And by the way, I believe McAfee is about to get a huge payday from ESPN. Aaron Rodgers actually used to appear on the Pat McAfee show, once a week for quite a while. And there was some controversy on what he said like a few years ago. I can't remember exactly what it was. And there was a lot of speculation that ESPN dropped Aaron Rodgers. However, we just found out it was already planned that he wouldn't be back, but eventually he came back. Well, since this is Aaron Rodgers' final season in the NFL, what is his future? We've seen quite a few athletes after they retired actually go into the sports media. Tom Brady, lead analyst now on Fox. Tony Romo, Tony Romo may not have a job. That's another story, so I digress. We've seen athletes, great athletes, go into sports media. Aaron Rodgers, does he actually fit the bill to go into the mainstream sports media? Probably not, based on his stance. He's not going to be, I believe, in the mainstream media. He doesn't fit the narrative. He's not going to go along with their agenda. Aaron Rodgers is actually going to make his own decisions and say what he wants to say. Not a lot of people in the sports media can actually say that. Well, it seems like ESPN, though, is plotting their revenge on Aaron Rodgers and actually trying to ruin his post-playing career. Insiders are now saying that they hope the Steelers don't make the Super Bowl. Why? It's because ESPN is actually hosting the Super Bowl. Now, let's just be real. I don't think the Steelers are actually going to make the Super Bowl. I really, really don't. I don't believe that's going to happen. But let's go ahead and dive into what Aaron Rodgers said about ESPN and the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel scandal. And this is what really set off the higher-ups at ESPN. Here we go. So right over here, this is the clip here of Aaron Rodgers talking about the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel scandal. We're 6 minutes into this because the first 6 minutes was him just going off on Dr. Fauci. Listen in.
On that note,
seriously, come on.
We got to worry about ball at some point. But on that note, I am very thankful that you are having this experience that you're having because, boy, it got real loud. You were a very terrible person.
Years.
I mean, it was, and I was the reason why I know this. I was next to you.
What is the network doing? You have literally an individual that maybe used to work at ESPN that covers our league at the highest level, and there's a major scandal, and it's just nobody can talk about it? What are we even doing
personal
here?
lives are personal lives. I feel like you of all people should know that.
I understand, but if it's affecting certain things, if there's leaks going on, if there's tampering going on, if that person is also an MVP voter and a Coach of the Year voter. Remember when I won MVP in 2021?
Yeah.
And that bomb in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's real life. How are we allowing these people to have an impact?
Pornhub Arkush is what we call it.
Arkush, I remember that name. Okay, so on that note, good for you, man. Hey, actually.
Maybe 8.
I told these boys I was bringing it today. I told them, remind them that Fauci's wife is Ghislaine Maxwell's sister also. Ghislaine
Is that
Maxwell,
real?
That's true. Alleged. That's alleged.
Thank
That's
you.
alleged. That's alleged.
Okay, thank you for throwing that word in there. That's great news for all of us. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Aaron, this has been awesome.
Yeah. So you guys heard that right there. So now, right over here, ESPN executives plotting a bitter revenge after Aaron Rodgers' comments on Pat McAfee's show. Aaron Rodgers' outburst on the Pat McAfee show earlier this week was one for the ages and has already sparked a response internally at ESPN. The 41-year-old quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers is heading into his final ever season in the NFL before hanging up his cleats. As a result, he has admitted he no longer cares about what he says or who he offends. Monday's appearance on the Pat McAfee show saw a number of individuals come under scrutiny from Rodgers, including the broadcaster of the show. Rodgers was not impressed with how little ESPN covered the Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini scandal earlier this year. His comments have frustrated those behind the scenes at ESPN, with some already hoping Rodgers' 2026 season is not a success. Dr. Fauci has hit back at Rodgers following his comments on the Pat McAfee show, with ESPN attempting to keep their thoughts in-house. That has not proven successful, with the Daily Mail sharing internal information about the executives of the broadcasting network being left furious by Rodgers and his comments. It is said ESPN was plotting a bitter revenge on Rodgers over the course of the season on the back of his comments over their gutless coverage. Yeah, the word is, guys, is that they really don't want to cover any Aaron Rodgers highlights at all. They don't want people to see anything Aaron Rodgers on a network. However, also it's going to get worse. Look at this quote. ESPN executives are extremely unhappy with Aaron Rodgers following his comments on the Pat McAfee show and are now weighing how they want to handle coverage of his highlights during the upcoming season, a source said. Although it is suggested that Rodgers has now blown any hope of potential future as an analyst at ESPN, it must be remembered that the 41-year-old is expected to vanish from the limelight after he retires. There's no future for Rodgers on television, and he has already admitted that it's not something he wants to pursue after his playing days are over. Given this is his final season in the league, it is clear that Rodgers is keen to use his voice to share what he believes in while he still has the chance. Well, so there you have it right there, man. ESPN, they want to ruin Aaron Rodgers. They want to ruin him. So I'm pretty sure, man. I mean, think of this. A future Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the most gifted QBs this league has ever seen, and ESPN really doesn't want to cover him. So let's say, for example, Aaron Rodgers, now I highly doubt this happens. He goes out there and he throws 7 touchdowns in the game. Is ESPN not going to cover that? If they don't cover a 7 touchdown game from Aaron Rodgers, you guys know they're trying to blackball him. Also, since ESPN is actually owned by the Walt Disney Company, they probably can actually go out there and try to ruin Aaron Rodgers' future on network TV. But here's the thing, man. We live in a completely different age now. If this was like 10, 15 years ago and Aaron Rodgers retired, he wanted to get on TV and no network actually wanted to hire him, yeah, it'll be difficult for him to actually go out there and make his voice heard on sports. It's completely different now. Prime example, Pat McAfee. before Pat McAfee was on ESPN, he was doing his own thing, pretty much independent. On YouTube, he had a huge following, still does. But ESPN said, wait a minute, this completely changes everything. We got to bring him over here. And now they have his show on ESPN. That's why Aaron Rodgers is actually on there. We've seen quite a few other sports personalities launch their own shows independent of a major network. Linda Cohn now, who just left ESPN, has her own YouTube channel and is doing quite well. Stephen A. Smith has his Stephen A. Smith show, doing quite well. Even major personalities in the media are actually out there doing their own thing. Even the left-wing lunatic Don Lemon has his own YouTube channel. This is the future of media, man. It's already started. It's already here. You don't need a major network to get your voice heard. People will actually go out there and flock and listen to you. If Aaron Rodgers wants to do that, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to do it. Even if ESPN is actually trying to ruin him. They don't seem to be a fan of him. But we know that Pat McAfee, Aaron Rodgers, they're pretty tight. But man, this is crazy. He dropped the truth, man. ESPN did not really want to touch the Donna Rossini and Mike Vrabel scandal. They was like, nah, we ain't gonna really say much about that. And now they got called out on it, and boy, the ESPN executives are pissed. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.